Hi everyone. In this video, I think I'm actually gonna retitle this um, these videos to not the Sleeping Beauty scene, but the TLM scene, which is the Little Mermaid scene because it's more like the Little Mermaid. So this is part two of that, and then I think the next one I'll go with being the Sleeping Beauty scene a little bit. I mean, it's a little bit of the Little Mermaid and a little bit of Sleeping Beauty, but the whole singing to, the whole Violetta singing to Leon while he's in a coma is more Little Mermaid esque than Sleeping Beauty. The really only Sleeping Beauty part about that is the true love's kiss breaks the spell. And that's in a lot of Disney films, and a lot of fairy tales. So, but so I'm retitling this to The Little Mermaid clip, part 2. I hope you enjoy.
The chance to win you back as if it was the first time.
After going to the studio, I came back to the hospital. Now, I'm with Leon, so it won't be far from him when he wakes up.
Yeah, that's for sure. You're not that far away from him when he wakes up, because, well... Okay, I'm done.
Can't stop thinking about Antonio's helpful words that support us and remind us to push on despite how harsh reality can be.
Okay, so I was kind of a little upset in the previous, in one of the previous videos that no one recorded what Antonio was saying because he has some wise words before he's written out of the show. And so this is a form of recording it. And I completely forgot about it because I was focusing on, filming, recording, that kind of recording. But written recordings exist, and she recorded that in her book, so in her diary. So I'm like, okay, good. So at least someone recorded what he was saying. Okay, and that's why she can remember when he gets written off the show what he said there, because she had put it in her diary and written it down and helped ingrain that memory in her brain. So that's why she's the one that's like, I remember what he said when Leon was in the hospital later on in the show. And so there's that. But anyway, and yeah, I did retitle this The Little Mermaid clip, because it's more like that than Sleeping Beauty. So, anyway.
I wish reality were more like fairy tales. And you can solve everything with a kiss. Karen, what if? Karen together. I'll carry you.
Oh, that song is so pretty that she's singing. Now, I don't yet speak Spanish, but I have heard the original song, and it sounds pretty in both languages, in my opinion. And I love it. It's just so pretty. I love the song. It's so pretty.
Deep inside forever. When you're beside me, Karen so fine.
Now, in case you didn't miss my other videos, the reason why I'm comparing this to The Little Mermaid is because of the scene where Ariel saves Eric and then sings to him while he's on the beach, right? It's very similar to this scene. I hope I'm not the only one who caught it. It took me a minute to be like, oh, no, this isn't Sleeping Beauty. This is more The Little Mermaid. And Little Mermaid was one of my favorites as a kid. I always loved Ariel because she has a disability for a big portion of the movie, and I didn't catch that as a kid when I was watching it. Now, I didn't grow up, I did grow up watching it, but it had already been released before I was born. So, the Little Mermaid movie is older than me. But my mom had a copy of it, so, on VHS tape. I think it's one is oh my goodness. Is VHS the movie, like the thing, or because there's VHS and then there's VCR. One's the player, one's the like movie or whatever your like the content. I think VHS is the right thing. So anyway, that's side note. But I loved that movie, Little Mermaid, growing up as a kid because of the disability part of it. Ariel cannot talk for a majority of the movie, in case you didn't know. And so I've heard a lot of people in the disability community have liked Ariel because of that, because they can relate to her being like that she's a literal fish out of water. That's another reason why I love that movie. I love fish out of water stories because a lot of the time I kind of felt like that was how I was in school, because growing up with a disability, a lot of the time you don't feel like you fit in. So you do feel like a fish out of water a lot of the time. So that's probably why I like fish out of water stories so much. But and movies so much. But that's beside the point. Because she's a literal fish out of water, and so she's in a place she's not comfortable with. She doesn't know, or not comfortable, and she doesn't know a whole lot there. But I've heard a lot of people in the disability community liking Ariel because of that. Because of the fact that she can't talk for a majority of the movie, because she's a fish out of water, and a lot of the time people on the disability spectrum, myself included, feel like they're a fish out of water in the world, because this world is not always built for people with disabilities, which sucks. I have ADHD, in case you didn't know. But yeah, that was one of my favorites. I also really loved Finding Nemo, and apparently I made my parents watch it 24/7 as a kid. And as an adult, I realized there are 2 disability characters in Finding Nemo. Sorry, one sec. Sorry, I had to sneeze. But I also liked Finding Nemo as a kid because there's 2 characters with disabilities. In case you were unaware, Dory has short-term memory loss. So that's like a mental disability. And Nemo has one smaller fin than the other. They call it his lucky fin. But that is kind of showcasing physical disability. And I didn't catch that as a kid. Like I was about 10 years old when I got diagnosed, and Finding Nemo came out when I was like 2-3 years old. So, didn't catch it as a kid. But that's probably part of the reason why, as a kid, I loved the movie so much, is because I related to the characters without even realizing it at the time. But anyway, that was a total side tangent, side rant. I am sorry. I know I should be reacting to the scene I chose to react to here. My bad. But anyway, I'm just making the connection to Little Mermaid, and then that connected to that, and that connected to that, and you know, ADHD brain. Sometimes it's interesting what you think of when you got ADHD and the connections you can make. Anyway.
I wanna keep you close to me, for the heaven that has sent you, that's where you're taking me.
And Little Mermaid has True Love's Kiss as a thing too, so. I'm laughing at the cheesiness of the scene. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. And, I know I didn't say much, I mean, I did. I mean, a lot of it was just me ranting about The Little Mermaid and Finding Nemo and why I love them, because I compared that scene to a similar scene in The Little Mermaid. So, I hope you enjoyed my reaction. Make sure to comment, like, subscribe, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Thank you for watching.